والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه من والاه. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So here we've returned to the book Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. Don't let the previous lesson on grammar scare you, because we will be focusing primarily on these conversations, right? Trying to get conversation skills up as soon as possible. So let's just breeze through the stuff that we already know. Al-Wahdatul Ula, first unit, first chapter. Ad-Darsul Ula, this is the first lesson. Or actually, Al-Wahdatul Ula is the first unit, and Ad-Darsul Awwal is the first lesson. Then here we have Al-Hiwaru Thalith. Al-Hiwaru Thalithu. So we can probably guess at this point that we are counting. So this al-hiwar means conversation, and athalithu means the third, right? So this is the third conversation. If you remember, in our episode 2, we actually went over 2 conversations, one masculine and one feminine. So then we get unzur wastami' wa'id, right? Unzur wastami' wa'id. So look, listen, and repeat. Now again, as I mentioned in episode 2, go ahead and take the time to write down the conversation, right? Write down these 2 conversations, Al-Hiwaru Thalith and Al-Hiwaru Rabi', right? The third and the fourth conversations. And write down the Arabic, leave space for translation. And again, this is one masculine version and one feminine. So it shouldn't be a terrible amount of memorization. Okay. So Muhammad, he says, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, we know, peace be upon you. Then Sharif says, Wa alaikum assalam, and upon you also, peace. Muhammad says, Min aina ant. So here we get into some new words. Min means from. So F-R-O-M. Okay? And aina means where. Right? So when you're asking about location, you would use the word aina. And anta, we recognize. Anta is from our pronouns list. It means you in the masculine. So min aina ant, from where are you? Or in real English, where are you from? So Sharif says, Ana min Pakistan. Ana is from our pronoun list, which means I. Min, we just took min, and it means from. So I am from Pakistan. What is Pakistan? So in Arabic, there is no letter P, okay? So you would usually put ba, where P is supposed to show up. So if you were just reading this and you didn't know what it was saying, you would say Pakistan, but really you would say Pakistan, because he's referring to a country, right? The country of Pakistan. So, Ana min Pakistan, I am from Pakistan. So Muhammad then says, Hal anta Pakistaniya? Hal anta Pakistaniya? Hal means, it's a question word. So you can turn any statement into a question using the word hal. It's very useful, actually. If we were to look at this section right here, Anta Pakistaniya, Pakistani. You are Pakistani. Okay? This is what that means, right? We know Anta, we know Pakistan, and this ya here, when you attach it with a country or a location or something similar, it becomes a nationality. Okay? In Arabic, it's called a jinsiyya. So, Anta Pakistani means you are Pakistani, right? But when you say Hal anta Pakistani, you would be saying, are you Pakistani? So you turn a statement into a question. The hal also can be replaced with just a hamza. So you could also say here, anta Pakistani, right? Anta. But hal is what we're going to use here because it's in the book. Both are correct, actually. You find the alif version here also in the Quran quite a bit, right? So this is the meaning of this phrase here. Now, why does Muhammad ask this when Sharif just told him, I am from Pakistan, right? Partly because the book wants to teach you how to do nationalities, right? So there's a difference between the country of Pakistan and someone who's Pakistani, right? So that's one highlight, or that's one difference that's being highlighted here. And the second thing here is Pakistani is like an ethnicity, and min can also just be a location, right? Like from, I just came from Pakistan. Oh, are you ethnically Pakistani? And then he says what he's going to say. So Sharif says, Naam. Naam means yes. Naam means yes. Okay? Ana is a pronoun that we know. Pakistani. Yes, I am Pakistani. Wama jinsiyatuka anta. Okay, so this is kind of a mouthful. These two letters, we recognize them. Wa is and. Ma is what, okay? And what? And if you recall, I mentioned the word jinsiya not too long ago. وَمَا جِنْسِيَّتُكَ أَنْتَ. The jinsiya, so this part right here, if you were writing this, it would end in a ta marbuta, right? So you would pronounce it jinsiya. But when you add something like an attached pronoun, like the ka is added here, you would then turn it into a hard ta, right? So the jinsiyatuka is your nationality. Wama jinsiyatuka anta. So Sharif is saying, you asked about my nationality, let me ask about yours. Wama jinsiyatuka anta. What is your nationality? Muhammad says, Ana Turki. I am Turkish. Ana min Turkiya. I am from Turkey. So Turkiya is the country. Turki is the jinsiya, the nationality. Okay. Sharif says, Ahlan wa sahlan. Ahlan means welcome. And sahlan means easy. Okay. So this is a phrase. This is kind of like an idiom, a phrase that goes together. Ahlan wa sahlan is like most welcome, or it was a pleasure, or something of that nature, right? Basically, it's kind of like a dua. It's kind of a prayer for the person. Welcome, and may it be easy for you, right? But here it just means like, oh, nice to meet you. It was a pleasure. So this is al-hiwar al-thalith. This is the third conversation. Now we get to al-hiwar al-rabi' between Maryam and Zainab. Maryam says, Assalamu alaikum. Zainab says, Wa alaikum assalam. Maryam says, Min ayna anti. Same conversation, but anta is replaced with anti. Zainab says, Ana min Misr. Ana min Misr. So, Pakistan and Turkey, they sound very similar to the country. Misr here, you might be wondering, what is Misr? Misr is Egypt. Okay? So, someone from Egypt would be Masri. Now here Maryam says, Hal anti Masriya. Hal being a question. Anti is you in the feminine, and Masriya. Masriya is the nationality in the feminine form. So if you were to say for a male, you would say Masri, just with the ya and the shadda. But here you add this ta marbuta, right? This round ta that turns into a ha if you don't pronounce it, right? So the ta marbuta at the end of a word is like a telltale sign that word is feminine. Okay, so when you see this, you can be certain that the word is feminine. So Zainab says, Naam, ana Misriya. Right? Yes, I am Egyptian. Wama jinsiyatuki anti. Again, we've learned the attached pronouns and the pronouns already, so this should be quick work for us. Maryam says, Ana Suriya. Ana Suriya. I am Syrian. So again, a male from Syria would be Suri, and a female is Suriya. Okay, so this is the nationality. Ana min Suriya. So the difference in pronunciation is really with this shadda, right? Suriya is the country, Suri and Suriya are the nationalities. So then Zainab says, Ahlan wa sahlan. So now we have completed this lesson. And if you needed some additional help, There are the beautiful pictures of the countries here with their labels and the illustrations. So without further ado, we'll call it a day. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Make sure if you like the video to go ahead and subscribe, like, share, whatever else you would like to do. And if you had any questions, concerns, go ahead and go down to the comment section below, and I will try my best to respond to you if you have a question. So with that, we'll say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.